Hello, one and all, and welcome as we prepare to bring you live coverage of the NPL Men's Victoria 2024 campaign, round 21 from JL Murphy Reserve by Port Phillip Bay, as the Port Melbourne Sharks prepare to host the Oakleigh Cannons in a contest that has major ramifications for not only the Cannons' push for the Premier's plate, but the Sharks' hopes of playing finals football in 2024. My name is Joey Lynch. Thank you ever so much for joining us on the NPL Victoria YouTube page, no matter where you happen to be tuning in, be it in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, or indeed anywhere around the world. And as we prepare to kick off this 5 p.m. kickoff here by the Bay, the Sharks find themselves out of the NPL Men's Victoria top 6. Dandenong City's 3-2 win over Green Gully earlier this afternoon has seen Nick Tolios' side leap into the playoff places, and it leaves Nick Marinos' side needing 3 points to get back into those spots that will be playing finals football come the end of the season. For the Oakleigh Cannons, well, an important win over South Melbourne last week, snapping a 3-game losing run and keeping them in touch with league-leading Hellas. Coming into today, they find themselves third on the table on 40 points, 3 back of second place Avondale, who are currently in the box seat for a home final, if not the Premier's plate, and 7 back of South Melbourne. So Chris Taylor's side hoping to ride the momentum from a win over one of their rivals to another big performance today. Take you through the teams as the two sides switch the halves that they were occupying. So it will be Port Melbourne wearing their red and blue kits, kicking from left to right of your screen in this opening stanza. The Oakleigh Cannons wearing their all-white away strips, kicking from right to left. For the hosts, it'll be Evan Marko Giannakis in goal once again. Ilya Shalamanov Trinkova, the backup. We'll sign Lachlan Hart, not on the team sheet yet. And in front of the keeper, you've got Amanhom Karmas, Dane Milanovic, Ewan Stokes, Charlie Leach, Alex Baker, Fraser Dunlop, Maker Maker, Alec Bekvanovsky, Nathan Hancock, and Luke Barfarosh. So 2 changes to the side that lost 1-0 very late last week, with Bekvanovsky and Luke Barfarosh coming into the starting 11. For the visitors, who get us underway here, immediately displaying it out to Stephen Valentini on the left, Nick Feely's in goal, Jordan Hall, Brody Boyce, Jacob Trapp, Pierce Waring, Henry McGill, Joe Guest, Kingsley Sinclair, Ollie Kublai, Valentini, and Evelyn Wellsmore. So an unchanged 11 from the side that defeated South Melbourne last week. Of course, Oliver Kublai in the place in that game. It was Mario Barcia who stole the headlines, but he's won the goal, but it was Kublai, his 2 goals, that secured the win. Marko Giannakis makes an early claim. Sharks had a win in their last 5 fixtures. Their last win came in May, so to pick up a win in all of June. On May 25, 2-0 over the Melbourne Knights, who now are one of the sides trying to chase them down for a top 6 spot. Ivan Franjic, player coach, delivering them a 1-0 win yesterday evening over Manningham, as the Sharks trying to find their way through, but that ball is just going to roll out for a cannon goal kick. The sun having mercifully dipped below those warehouses behind the goals on that side of the pitch. Sparing the viewers and myself blinding views of that side of the pitch early on. Sharks snuff out an attempt by the Cannons to get something going down the left. Blake on the scene. It's going to be a turnover in a rather dangerous position for the Sharks, but they'll recover quickly. Pierce Waring unable to make them pay. Karmas sends it back upfield. Ball in dispute in the middle of the park. Which just gets it out of town. And it'll be a throw in for Burton Boyce. Buildup centre-back pairing for the Cannons, getting their second start. Jordan Hall arriving from Melbourne City as a mid-season addition. Jacob Trapp from Western United. They take up positions in the middle of the park. Another new mid-season addition from Western United, Max Massetto. Very familiar to followers of the NPL Victoria, for what he did in helping Moreland City get promoted a couple of years ago. Comes into the squad for the first time, on the bench. Another shrewd bit of recruiting there by coach Chris Taylor, and all 3 of those players aren't cup-tied. So not only will they be able to help the Cannons in their push for the Premier's Plate and in finals football, they will also be able to feature their Doherty Cup and Australian Cup fixtures to come. Of course, drawing the Sky Blues, Sydney FC in the round of 32 of the Australian Cup, set to play that game some weeks' time at home of the Matildas. Maker in the middle of the park, starting to switch from right to left. Dunlop working in the middle of the park for the Sharks as they try to work their way through. It's not going to come off on that occasion. Well done by Wellsmore, a former Shark himself, as he kept it in, but couldn't find Joe Guest's run. Left corner of the park. Quickly went into the air. Let's get back to acknowledge the intention. Gill, his chest on it, dribbling the resulting ball. Play the diagonal, couldn't find a teammate. Gill now. Trash. Ball. Time and space for the fans to operate in on the back line. Jubilee now. Launching a ball down the right flank. Players are arriving in the middle. It's Joe Guest at the top of the box. Joe Guest has his effort blocked away. 9 goals on the season. For Joe Guest, needs one more to bring up his 3rd season with double-digit goals for the Cannons. It's gone down there. The Cannons wanted a free kick for the challenge on him. Didn't get one. McGilp is also on his haunches, so the Cannons defending this one with 9 men. McGilp's to his feet, limping back. Meanwhile, the Sharks, Bartharosh on the right flank. Nice little cut back, and then a good delivery in. It's headed to clear initially by Hall. Now Waring, who has sprinted back to defend because Guest remains down on the turf. The Cannons want the game stopped, and now they will get their wish. Down, getting some treatment. Options on the bench for Coach Chris Taylor. Well, he's got Brendan White as the backup goalkeeper, who actually did start the reverse fixture earlier in the season. We've got Munib Argus, Max Bassetto, the aforementioned Noah Holmes, Luka Benzi came on last week, as did Argus, and Asad Nasimovic. So Argus, Benzi, Nasimovic all came on for the Cannons, but they all came on late, post the 80th minute of their win over South Melbourne. Albeit with such a busy schedule ahead of the Cannons, with the Dockery Cup and Australia Cup commitments alongside their league ones, one wonders how much Bruce Taylor and the Cannon Brains Trust are willing to risk with the talismanic captain. He's going to have to come off because he's gotten treatment. Conversations between him and the trainer, who's going to stay on the park and just check on the guilt as well. He's holding on to what looks to be his rib cage, just looking gamely, trying to walk off whatever happened to him on his healing foot. McGill will be able to stay on. So we'll keep an eye on guest for you as we get the game restarted. Sharks delivering a goal kick back to Nick Feely. Well established here in the Cannons' #1 role. Getting an early touch after that knock that he received, and well, the press asking a few questions of the Cannons. And clearly decided the answer was just to go long. McGill comes away with it. Goes to his left and right, goes to his right. Players now awaiting the delivery in the middle and appeals for a free kick that will be heeded. Yellow card as well. So a free kick given in a dangerous position for the Cannons. Karma's going into the books. Not a fan. One might have been able to tell. And Guest, meanwhile, Sharks dugout, still down, still receiving treatment. He's got the boot off. He's got his foot taped up, which maybe would suggest that try to come back on and run this one out. Meanwhile, though, well, you can see there it's an intriguing position for the Cannons. Very close. So not a lot of scope to get under this ball and have it drop back down. Hall and Trax have gone up for it. Low delivery in. It's just going to get skied up off Baker. Gets the header on it as well before it's booted away by Stokes. It will go out for a throw in. Stokes, the leading scorer, remaining for Port Melbourne now because, well, there's certainly been a lot of traffic in the departures layoffs for Port Melbourne during the mid-season window. Jackson, Courtney Perkins and Daniel Edwards, they've both gone to Avondale. Emmanuel Peters has gone to Green Gully. Ethan Brooks, meanwhile, has headed to Northcote, who are currently second in the VPL 1, pushing for promotion back to the top flight. Lucas Burns has gone to St Albans. So Port, they entered today with 33 goals on the season. 15 of them have departed during the mid-season transfer window. Their two leading scorers, Peters and Courtney Perkins, amongst them. So, in a mid-season slumping form, as mentioned, winless in their last 5 and losing difference makers as well. So, Marinos has done a sterling job at the start of the season with a bit of turnover and upheaval heading into 2024. Of course, Adam Piddick, well-renowned coach, departed in the off-season. He's now the Danny Feather as well. A real challenge for the coach to keep his Sharkies in the finals race as they've gone forward here and produced a good opportunity, just headed wide at last. Guest will, I'm not going to say he's going to jog back on, it's more of a hybrid hobble jog, but Joe Guest comes back onto the park as well. High goal kick out. Sailed over the head of the first pack waiting for it. Barfarosh playing it central. Can't find a way through, but they will retain possession. And then the long diag in the Barfarosh direction, but it was a Barfarosh in an offside position. So his resulting attempt to find Alec Bekmanowski is for naught. Young front line for the Sharks. You've got Charlie Leach there, 22-year-old. Bekmanowski, 20-year-old. Exuberance of youth can be its own weapon. Press there, inducing Feely to go long once again. Sharks are going to win the ball back. Each on the ball in the middle of the park before he sends it central to the maker. Stokes. Lanovich. On the turf, finding teammate Bekmanowski. It's going to get played central, but quickly won back. Ubalay, and then Guest bundled over once again. Nathan Hancock playing under pressure, and then a bit of feedback, quickly coming in for Guest over some fans over near the Sharks dugout. Scarlett Snappers, now man in the middle with the whistle, taking charge of this one. As Chris Welling's going to fall over and win a free kick in doing so.
Unbelievable.
Dugout. Just ask a few questions of Michael Mann, the former official, Jackson Landy and Thomas Rust, the assistants today, Match Commissioner Stephen White. Meanwhile, though, Joe Guest standing over this one. A long way out for Joe Guest. So he's going to look to dig something forward. Cleared away by the Sharks. Not decisively, however, as McGill trying to get something going on that far side of the pitch. He had Dunlop for company. Dunlop's done well, just getting it out of there, but only as far as Oliver Kubalay. Kubalay, well, he's going to come under immediate pressure. Just retain possession before getting cleaned up. Trapp coming through with a bit of steam, and he's going to get knocked over, and that's going to be a free kick. Against making the Cannon side of the conversation, the dugout and the fans surrounding it, asking where the yellow card is. And Stokes, who's wearing the armband for the Sharks, was called over for a bit of a conference with referee Pascal Snatter, so maybe the warning was applied that the next one will indeed earn a slice of cheese. Cannon's having a conversation with our match official. Trapped, standing over it. Former Western United man, got 10 starts for John Aloisi during the 23-24 A-League men's season. Never played in the NPL men's Victoria before. There's Jacob Trapp, get his opportunity to taste the centre of the universe now. Footballing universe at the very least, don't take my word for it. As I said, Melbourne and Mike Torcaso in the past. it's going to be a horror turnover in the middle of the park. But the resulting effort whipped in quickly by Sinclair, who's straight at Marcus. Maker coming under pressure from Guest to Karmas. Long diag. Barfarosh direction. Central, but the resulting header down. Straight back to the Sharks. Bosmore. Pressure from Barfarosh. Return, but it goes down under the side challenge. And that will earn the Sharks their first yellow card of the game. In the 17th minute of the game, we get our first caution. Barfarosh. Mid-season signing for the Sharks, one of their reinforcements alongside his brother Tom. Signed Michael Hornsby from Christchurch and Method from Heidelberg Eagles. Those two not on the team sheet today. Loses the ball to the sliding challenge of Valentini. Chippiness between the South Dugout, Valentini on the broadcast side. Meanwhile, on the opposite flank, Cannons have it. Sinclair whipping it to the right side. Now, is the delivery good? It's in the direction of Valentini before being cleared away at the last. Osborne's going to play it central. Karmas stood up in that challenge. His voice comes away with it. Valentini, Baker closes him down. Valentini trying to turn on the Jets. Doing well to go with him. Goes for a corner, appeals for a goal kick, and it's going to be the Lasser. Standing over it. As mentioned, this round's got underway yesterday evening with the Melbourne Knights taking a 1-0 win over Manningham United. And Dandenong City hit the road and beating Green Gully 3-2 earlier this afternoon. We've also had full time in Norwood City hosting Hume City. It is Hume that have run out 2-0 victors in that game. That one, other contest with major ramifications from both sides. Hume, one of the foul sides that are really looking locked into the top six. Maybe with outside thoughts of a Premier's plate run. Picking up a win. Moreland City in a relegation battle we'll get to in a bit. Meanwhile, McGill has gone down again and remained down. Looking in a bit of discomfort. The trainer is out of the Cannon dugout, waiting the signal to come on, which is now provided. Not what you want to see if you are of the Cannon persuasion. Gilt going down. Of course, he did go down earlier holding his ribs. Same passage of play that saw Guest forced off for treatment. Guest who still doesn't look too sprightly as he walks around, just trying to stay warm in these he had a rib knock earlier. This time though he's down. Treatment. Ankle or a foot maybe. He looks very sore getting back to his feet while he's struggling to stay on his feet after being helped up. Take his time coming off the pitch. Oakleigh substitutes have sprung up again to warm up, as they did when Guest came off requiring treatment. Again, we'll keep an eye on that one for you. Meanwhile, back in the middle of the park, the Sharks have got us going once again. And the Gilt will, that hybrid jog limp, we saw Guest display. He'll do the same as he comes back on. Hancock. Sends it out to Carlos. Sharks looking for an avenue through. Stokes just sends it out to the left flank. Maker. Closed down on all sides. Did well to retain possession. Stokes, he's got Hancock calling for it, and that's where the ball goes. Clear by Trax. Maker came through with a head of steam. Winning the ball and then going down. Fraser Dunlop on it. Advantage played. Going to bounce out for a Sharks throw in. Meanwhile, I guess he's back down on the surface, taking off his boot, and perhaps that indicates that his race has been run, I guess, and indeed the sub has been called for. Just immediately being directed towards the dressing room by the Cannon dugout. Over there, Sad Kasimovic comes on for Guest, so early change for the Cannons. Guest making way after 24 minutes. So Kasimovic, the former Adelaide United representative, makes his way onto the park. And the number 47, AK-47, Andrei Kirilenko's legacy continues. Feints as if he was going to Baker before sending it central in the Maker direction. Carmus, who just looks up and rolls into the skipper and goes. High ball forward, and looks as though Letmanowski was coming back from an offside position. In the middle of the park. Jubilee comes away with it, taking it off the boot of Dunlop. Only for a few seconds, however, will the ball be in the Cannons' possession as it rolls out for a Port Melbourne throw-in on that far side of the pitch. It comes under a bit of pressure. Had to get rid of it quickly. Sent back in to the danger area quickly by the Cannons. Just come across, whipped it in, and it's just going to be scrambled away for a corner kick. So Pierce Waring moving across to take. Hall and Trapp both getting forward. Valentini getting out to the back post. Morvic waiting in the middle as well. The runs come. It's not the best of deliveries from Piers Waring. Cleared away at the near post. Wellsmore, high delivery. Gets the knee up, takes the grab, and the danger passes. Sent out quickly. Minoski direction, just trying to catch the cannons out before their centre back duo can get back. He deals with it. Kazimorvic trying to get on it, goes down. He wanted a free kick that wasn't coming. Karmas. Coming under pressure from Valentini. In the end, they'll just boot the ball out and gain territory, at least moving the ball into the Cannon side of the field. It is Oakleigh that will have possession and look to build. Hall, Jordan Hall of Melbourne City. Arriving mid-season. Has previous experience in the NPL with Green Gully before. 3 starts and 4 appearances for Melbourne City. Last appearance for Montreal over last side, though. There's a start in that 5-1 loss to the Brisbane Roar they had, so probably pleased to get that win over South and get back on the right foot. Oakleigh debut last week and now looking for a clean sheet. Something that hasn't actually been easy to come by for Oakleigh. They've kept one in their last 5 games. Trash. Gets the ball forward before sending it out to Valentini on the left. Low delivery in. It's going to bounce off. Hancock in there. Valentini stood up by Baker, who takes it off him. Minoski's central ball intended for Stokes. Couldn't find him now at the back post. Kazimorvic was there, just unable to control it. 2 goals on the season or so. Kazimorvic. They both playing in the same game at Grace against St Albans back in April 19. Oakleigh now, their 2 leading goal scorers not on the park. Alex Salmon, who's injured, is 11 on the season. Even on the team sheet today. Joe Guest, who has 9, forced off early with an injury. Their next best is Valentini, who has 5 on the campaign. His last goal came against Green Gully a few weeks ago. Stoppage of players, another Oakleigh player has gone down. And the trainer is again going to be called for. Nick Meridos is, let's just say he's not a fan of all these stoppages. Boyce, the wing-back who went down, receiving treatment, and he's going to make his way off on that far side of the pitch. Quickly back on. So, half an hour played here at J.L. Murphy Reserve. Still scoreless. Biggest headline thus far is Joe Guest being forced off with an injury. Badgin's probably more precautionary than anything else, given that he played on for a few minutes after the initial injury. Challenge for the Cannons now to figure out how they're going to respond. Laid off for Valentini. Turns into his own man there in McGill, who grabbed the ball, and then Maker doing very well. Then playing it forward. Closed down by multiple Oakleigh players. The ball goes down with Leach at his back. It's the free kick. Trash. Cubelow falls over as he was turning with Maker on his back, and that's enough to win a free kick. Dispute. Coming up with it, flicked on by Weary, couldn't find a teammate. Hunted down from behind. Hill. Valentini calling for it and getting it. Whipping it in over the head of Waring. Cleared away by the Sharks. Who booted it out of there. Sharks looking to break quickly. Down to the right by Stokes. Farosh. Trying to just snake something through. Bekvanovsky didn't come off. Ball headed away. Like Boyce. Movic gets cleaned up fairly. Hancock to Stokes. Maker. Port Melbourne skipper some time on the ball to survey the scene before being closed down by Waring. Drop deep to receive. Patience from the Port Melbourne dugout as the Sharks knock it around. That ball though picked out. McGill now charging forward with it. Valentini on his left. Waring and Kazumovic arriving in the middle. Valentini looking for the byline. Ball across, chested away. Cleared away even further by the Sharks. Milanovic was the one getting his chest on it to deny the Valentini cross. Trapped. Again carrying the ball forward. Wellsmore now with the midfield in the reshuffle resulting from the guest substitution. Sinclair now playing left back. Morvic on the right wing. Farosh throwing the ball here for Port Melbourne. Valentini jogging back to get in front of him. Maker, Hancock. Morvic to Karmas. Stokes to Karmas. Diag setting a task for Farosh. It was too much for him. Ball down in the hands of Sinclair. McGill lofts it forward, but nobody in particular, well, nobody wearing a cannon shirt at the very least, as Milanovic calmly took control of the ball. Karmas now. No, moving it forward. Boyce got a head on it. But charging forward now are the Sharks. Danger areas for Oakleigh, but the final attempt over the crossbar. Hancock, getting it back to the Sharks. Laker, to Barfarosh. He's done very well. Barfarosh now advancing into the area. He's got Leach in the middle. Find him, knocked out. Hancock couldn't get there. Advantage is going to be played. McGill wanted Valentini. Pass got away from him. He ended up more in the wearing direction. Drops to receive before sending it back to Milanovic. Karmas. Milanovic. He's a task, but he's able to keep possession with Stokes. Barfarosh, who's going to be the recipient of this pass. Take it past his marker, Barfarosh. Can get the cross away. Sharks still going though. Dunlop now on this left flank. Fraser Dunlop. Looking for the byline, and then an effort in the end trying to sneak it inside the near post of Nicholas Feely. Winning a corner.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
So with not that long left of regulation in this opening stanza, one imagines that we'll get a fair amount of added time given the number of injuries and stoppages. Sharks, no, they will have a 39th minute corner, whipped in, headed clear by the Cannons. Tratt in the road. They'll go all the way back to Marco Giannakis with the Sharks. Now Karmas, with space, time. Rooting it forward. Noski is going to get on the end of this one. He's got Leach in the middle. Headed away by Hall. Maker arrived and headed it back. Trapp, no. He's just going to shepherd this one over the goal line and out for another goal kick for Nicholas Feely. And really, Feely's effort there in the near post, one of the actual few times throughout this opening 40-odd minutes that keeper has had to actually do something. A lot of nibbling around the edges from both sides, but not a lot that would really suggest they are banging on the door of their opponents. Probably more important for Port Melbourne. No wins in the last 5, and after Dandenong City's win over Gully today, outside of the top 6. Player departures, they'd be keen to just find something that can give them a spark and a bit of momentum. One of the new additions, Luke Barfarosh has gone down. Cropper putting his body on the line. He's had a interesting experiences in the past few years, of course, spending time with Brunswick U of A, but also the University of North Florida, the Ospreys, and the Florida Gulf Coast University, the Eagles. He's back to his feet. His own power. A bit dazed, it appears, but play can now resume. Tratt. Yep. Tratt. Looking up. Sees Valentini. He's moved out there to the right flank. Instead, look out to the left. But his pass intended for Kingdom Sinclair. Doesn't find him. Waring couldn't find a teammate. Now coming away with it was Fraser Dunlop. Not for long. Waring now. It's coming forward with a bit of intent from Boyce. Out. A lot of support for the Sharks as they try to break forward in the transition, forces them to go back. Strong challenge. Yeah, from Kubalay. Kubalay never scored more than 2 goals in a season for 2024. A brace last week against South, so finds it there again. It's a new PB for him. Launches it in the Valentini direction. Fraser Dunlop immediately takes it off him. Boyce though, straight back for Oakleigh. Kubalay closed down by Bekmanowski. That's moving along quickly, and that's going to see Baker come up with it for the Sharks. Stepping down the fourth official's board. Looks like we'll have 5 minutes of added time once the final 60 seconds of regulation expire. Intended for Leach, picked out. Tratt. Simovic calling for it. Eventually it's going to work its way out there to him. On the turf, the overlapping run comes from Sinclair. Simovic doesn't feed it, instead looking for the byline himself. Goes down, but knocked the ball rather far out in front of him before then. We'll see it go out for a goal kick. Just check in on Barbarosh. Headed off earlier. Track. Headed down to Waring. Gill. Boyce. Confirmation of the 5 minutes of added time to be played here at the end of the opening stanza. Valentini, meanwhile, trying to drive forward. Maker not allowing him to do so, and then eventually Valentini will be called for the infringement free kick to the hosts. Just moved through it. Boyce puts his forehead on it. And Oakleigh has an opportunity to do something late. tried to turn it around the corner from Wellsmore, didn't come off. Pratt. Back to Hall. Sinclair on the left. Kiwi skips around one. Just knocking it into space in behind. Wanted to put it into the path of Valentini. Too central for him to chase down. Giannakis instead will collect it. Baker. Morovich closes in well. Roche puts it back central. Baker and Stokes combined to ensure Port Melbourne keep possession. Leach had dropped to receive, scoots past him. Sit up for Valentini, calmness in his face. Second Valentini left the ball behind. Went back to grab and was fouled in the process. So here we go. Late set piece opportunity for Oakleigh. To grab themselves a lead heading into the half-time break. Tratt and Hall both coming up for this one. Zimovic at the back post. Valentini getting in there as well. Waiting where he was delivering. As he beat the defender, falls to McGill. Pratt. Trying to show a bit of fancy footwork. Was the central defender. O'Going. Maker. Feeding it forward for Port Melbourne. Bekmanovsky now. Maker trying to provide an option in the middle as the Sharks get forward. Coming in with a challenge was Emlyn Wellsmore. And in the end, it's going to be a clean throw-in. So a move that maybe has some potential in transition for Port. Results in naught. Waring. Nobody there to receive his pass forward, bar Dane Milanovic. Hancock now. Whips the ball forward, far out of the path of Fraser Dunlop. But Port are going to win the ball back in the middle of the park. Leach tried to turn, couldn't. Waring now for Oakleigh. Simovic is in a lot of space on the left if they can get the ball to him. They can't. Wellsmore instead. Plays it to McGill. Boyce on the overlap as Valentini goes central. Wants the ball. Palmer's got a boot in the way. And they're just hoofed out of there by Barfarosh. Now the foot rush is on. Bekmanovsky and Tratt back to Feely. Bekmanovsky continues to run. And that will be all that was written for the opening 45 minutes at JL Murphy Reserve. And it remains as it started. 0-0. Neither side able to find a way through the other. Neither side really able to create much in the way of chances that would have given Marco Giannakis and Nicholas Feely much pause in their respective goals. Joe Guest forced off injured with what appeared to be a foot or an ankle injury about midway through the opening stanza, so that potentially something to give Oakleigh viewers and no doubt Chris Taylor pause for concern. But for now, both of these sides needing a win. The Cannons for their push for the Premier's plate, Port Melbourne for their attempts to stay in the playoff race. Plenty to play for in the second stanza, plenty to think about in the dressing room. You'll have the countdown clock for company as we await the 15 minutes or so before that second half can resume. See you on the other side. Welcome back, one and all, to coverage of the NPL Men's Victoria 2024 season, round 21. Live from JL Murphy Reserve as the Port Melbourne Sharks host the Oakleigh Cannons. Thank you ever so much for joining us for this second stanza. My name is Joey Lynch, and as the hosts, the Sharks, kicking from right to left in this second stanza, get us underway. The scores remain locked at 0-0. Lots of toing and froing and physicality across the opening 45 minutes. Joe Guest, the Oakleigh skipper, going off with an injury that, well, bears watching not just for the run home of the NPL season, but also the Dockery Cup and Australia Cup. But not a lot of actual action in either penalty area that would have given the two keepers much reason to quicken their pulses. However, don't count it out yet, because an important game for these two sides. Premiers played aspirations and playoff aspirations, both hanging in the balance. The former for Oakleigh, the latter for Port Melbourne, who fell out of the top six earlier this afternoon after Dandenong City's win over Green Gully. Also have the Melbourne Knights sitting back, just 1 point back of them after the Knights win over Manningham last night. Baker boots that ball out in the direction of Bekmanowski, but the youngster couldn't come up with it. No changes at half-time with these two sides, so it remains Marco Giannakis, Karmas, Milanovic, Stokes, Leach, Baker, Dunlop, Maker, Bekmanowski, Hancock and Barfarosh out there for Port Melbourne. Leach on the ball there, getting it forward to Bekmanowski. Just try to keep play moving down the right via Luke Barfarosh. Doesn't come off for the Cannons. Feely, Hall, Boyce, Tratt, Waring, McGill, Sinclair, Kubalay, Valentini, Wellsmore and Kazimovic on the park. Kazimovic, the one that came on to replace Guest. Karmas carrying the ball out. Kazimovic. Little central ball. Good vision to Stokes. Karmas again combining with Stokes before Maker picked out the middle of the park. Waring. Applying the pressure to him. Hancock to Milanovic. One ball forward. Headed clear. Not decisively, however, as Leach on the ball. Vinovsky, high ball up, Barfarosh is there, over the crossbar.
Well done, bravo, bravo.
Port Melbourne capitalising, winning the ball back quickly and creating one of their better chances of the game to Luke Barfarosh, who copped a bit of a head knock later on in that opening stanza, but obviously feeling pretty good right about now. Feely boots it long. Maker had the uncontested header to send it back. Decent ball over the top now for the Cannons. And it's going to fall for Waring, but he can't make proper contact on the first time of asking. And cleared away at the last. Kubalay off a brace last week. And sends that one into the sky over the crossbar at JL Murphy Reserve. Well, ball over the top. Kazimovic there initially, he couldn't come up with it. Pierce Waring, golden opportunity. Only has 2 goals on the season, Pierce Waring. 13 in 20 games for Green Gully last campaign. Now he's down on the turf. And the trainer called for. Waring back to his feet. And he'll walk off, not limping as notably as we've seen a few of his teammates do so tonight, although, see there, the trainer immediately signalling to the dugout that Waring will need to come off. So the bench options remaining for Oakleigh. So Kosimovic has already come on. They've got Warnier Ardis, Max Bassetto, Noah Holmes, and Mensink. Would be a cannon debut for Max Bassetto if he was the one summoned. Meanwhile though, the Sharks carrying the ball forward. Trying to work their way down to the byline on that right flank, and they're going to win a corner. So opportunity for the hosts to get something set up. Ivanovic has come forward, as has Karmas. Ball is whipped in, headed clear by Tratt. Booted away. Foot race is on. Kublai and Karmas. Neither are going to get there before it goes out. And it will be Max Bassetto summons to replace Pierce Waring. So Bassetto makes his Oakleigh debut, the former Moreland City and Western United man. Well, he had 8 goals in 19 appearances for Western United's academy in the VPL1. 14 goals in 25 appearances in 2023 and 9 in 22, 9 in 22 for Moreland. Back in 2022 as they were promoted to the top flight. Here he is, Max Bassetto on the ball. Played that one a bit behind the on-rushing Brodie Boyce. It's going to result in a Port Melbourne throw-in. Lofted forward, Bassetto got his head on it before it found Hancock. Kublai goes down, winning a free kick.
Get on the ball! Get on the ball!
And then Wellsmore standing over the top of this one. All the Till Timber making their way to the edge of the penalty area for Oakleigh. Wellsmore delivers. It's not going to get past Stokes. Now can Port Melbourne break quickly? Lekmanovski has to go back and get the ball. Leach is up top as is Stokes. Defensive header by Boyce. Maker. Gilt tries to bustle him off the ball. Valentini continues to give chase as it goes back to Baker. His ball up the touch line will just scoot away from Barfarosh and out for a throw-in. Hancock coming across, kicking it out. Port Melbourne side defending again, figure out a way that they can turn some of these opportunities they've created into goals. Absent so many of their difference makers that began the season, that mid-season window. Not kind to the Sharks. It's Kosimovic. Can't find a way in. Kublai Across to McGill. Goes back to track. Kubalay, bit of time and space. Sends the ball in. Not clear by Milanovic. McGill. That first time ball back to Wellsmore, and he's going to wind up, but Marko Giannakis wouldn't call it simple the way it was bouncing, but up to the task. And the keeper could just get the ball out of there, setting it long, only as far though as Tratt. And his header only goes as far as Hancock. Baker, and while the press is coming in, Oakleigh Cannons just forcing Port Melbourne back. A bit of a rushed manner, but they've been able to get the ball into Oakleigh's half of the park. Stokes, Charlie Leach. He's going to loft the ball in the Hancock direction, headed down. Couldn't get to Bekmanowski before it was picked up by McGill. Feely gets underneath it. It's time to bounce. Wellsmore heads it on, only as far as Karmas. Barfarosh just coming in at the last and cleaning up his opponent. Forward Kingsley Sinclair. So Oakleigh themselves devoid of a number of difference makers through injury. Especially that attacking end, Waring going off, Guest going off, Alex Salmon, not even on the team sheet today. There's the Dunlop. Pressured by Basetto. Thomas, the Dunlop, wanted Maker. Roswell getting in the road. Rosalovic getting a free kick. Boyce's throw. Gill. Boyce. Gill turns and plays it to Kubalay. Boyce. Gill sends it down the touchline to Basetto. Valentini awaits in the box. Karma's got a touch on it, and that touch took it away from Valentini, who does well to recover, get to the ball first and win his side a corner. Not sure who's going to take this one for the Cannons. Nobody initially moved to take it. Eventually it'll be Wellsmore that jogs across. Waring had taken them in the first half. He's now off. So Wellsmore's delivery. It's a good one to the top of the 6-yard box. Sharks get ahead on it. Kubalay there. Cleaned up by Barfarosh, and that's going to be a free kick. And he's remained down. Oliver Kubalay. So Wellsmore again on set piece duties. There's this delivery in, all the way out to the back post where it's headed back central. Scrambled away. Cleared away at the back post. And it's going to be a penalty. The appeals immediately claim from Oakleigh. Karmas goes into the book. Sharks are furious. But the Cannons, in the form of Stefan Valentini, will have the opportunity to take a 1-0 lead just past the hour mark. Bookings coming in on all sides. Looks like it will be Cameron McGilp standing over this one now. Valentini's there as well. No, and indeed it will be the West Australian. Looking for his 6th goal of the season. Stefan Valentini, 1-0 to the Oakleigh Cannons. And he's let Port Melbourne dugout know about it as he gets back to celebrate in the middle. He has the Cannons ahead, has 6 on the campaign. And after just more than an hour here at JL Murphy Reserve, it is the visitors, the Oakleigh Cannons, who take a 1-0 lead. Port Melbourne still furious about the penalty decision. Nick Marinos informed by our referee, Pascalis Natis, that it was for holding in the penalty area. Explanation doing nothing to soothe his mood. Now the Sharks down 1-0. Has it all to do. They're trying to find a way back into this one with the just under 30 minutes of regulation remaining. Karmas. Hancock. And it back off. Maker gets there before Valentini. Played forward by Stokes, but to nobody in particular. Feely. Boots it forwards. Karmas can't collect it, and then just grabs at his hamstring, does Karmas. A feeling, certainly, coming into this game, this one. It's been physical, but now some ill mood creeping into these challenges and exchanges as well. As Pacetto was looking for the byline, which he's just marshalled away, and it's going to go out for a corner. Wellsmore. Another opportunity to swing a corner in. Over the head of Tratt, just appeals for a handball after Kubelay's attempt to willy it in from the top of the box, waved away. Boyce sends it back out to the right flank. Wellsmore trying to keep it in, will do so. Gilpin support. Left-footed ball in, No, Cannons await it. Basetto seizes upon what wasn't the best defensive header. Guilt to Wellsmore at the top of the box. Tried to play the return pass. Port scramble it away. Not for long. Kubalay goes back to Tratt. Another change, being prepared. Melbourne, Tom Barthrosh preparing to enter the fray. On the left flank, the Cannons looking to work their way forward, and they're done pretty well. Stefan Valentini. It's a good challenge to take the ball off him by Barthrosh. And the clearance will go into touch, and that will give Port Melbourne the opportunity to make that change. So it's Tom Barthrosh to come on, another one of these mid-season additions arriving from Brunswick Juventus. And he will replace Alec McManowski. So we've doubled our number of Barthroshes on the park. Luke and Tom. Had 4 goals in 9 appearances for Juve in VPL2 so far on the season. Did Tom Barthrosh before he made the switch. Led them in goals last season. Had 11 in 24, so certainly be a great time to get, well, it would be his first goal for Port Melbourne, given he has previously played here as Tom Barthrosh, but it would be a good opening goal for his latest stint for the Sharks if he could find a way to get them an equaliser on what has been a rather frustrating evening for Coach and those of the Sharks flock. Boyce getting across there. Karmas. Morvic applying the pressure. Baker, central to Maker. To Luke Barthrosh on the right, but the Cannons take the ball back. Steaming forward. Valentini was the intended recipient. Baker getting in the way, putting it out. Sinclair to take. Central to McGill. Tratt. We've seen more of the ball than his centre-back partner in Hall throughout today's game. Tratt. So switched jerseys. He started wearing the number 5. He's now got 12 on his back, so one must assume maybe a blood wound or something, or a torn shirt. Feely. Closed down dutifully by Fraser Dunlop, who induces him to just pick it up. Ball at the Feely. Leach, who was closing down the end, Tratt. Karmas. Marco Giannakis. Karmas closed down by Basetto. Zorovic was applying the pressure on the keeper. Big collision in there. The Sharks come up with it. Hancock to Stokes. The skipper. Goes down by Kubalay. Now he gets the ball back from Karmas. Pass took a touch and that allowed Sinclair to grab it. McGill. It's been good in the midfield. So is Kubalay. Hall. Sinclair. Pratt lofting it to Valentini on the left, working against Baker, trying to beat into the byline, but Baker gets a boot in and puts the ball out for a corner kick. So just past the 70-minute mark of this contest, 20 to go, plus injury time, as the ball is sent in towards the back post. Valentini heads it back central. I believe it was Hall there at the last who just couldn't round on it, get his boot over the top of it and send it goalward. What's this? Is Barfarosh getting Luke Barfarosh getting a talking to? Tom Barfarosh grabbed the second ball and was bundled over, winning his side a free kick. Kubo immediately moved to stand over the ball, but in doing so, he's earned himself a yellow card for preventing the prompt restart. Now the Sharks, having been delayed, will get pretty much everybody forward, to be honest. Ball whipped in. Big packed forms, beats everybody. And will roll all the way out for a throw-in eventually. With a header, Center with one as well. Former forced to go backwards. Gilt pressured by Leach. Both sides want the throw in. It's going to be an Oakleigh one. And Port Melbourne preparing the change. Andrew Messeruni preparing to come onto the park. After all those mid-season changes we've discussed thus far, Messeruni is now the Sharks' second leading scorer, remaining with the team, with 3 to his name. His last came in a 5-3 win over St Albans back in round 14. Meanwhile, Kazimovic is in behind, closed down by Marko Giannakis, who made the save. Milanovic was there as well. Down. No calls coming there as Port Melbourne knock it clear, and now the change can be made. Will be Nathan Hancock that will make way for Messeruni. So, here comes Messeruni, joined from Kingston City for the 2024 season, who he signed with after spending some time in Europe, after leaving South Island, time in Greece, a few sides, as well as Catalonia. Fraser Dunlop charging forward. Things don't open up in front of him, so he's forced to go backwards. Stokes, Stokes again. Got it out of there before he was charged down by Valentini. Now Luke Barfarosh collects. Baker. Again. Stokes. Karmas. Goes to Dunlop now. Keep it in. Just freezes Dunlop. Now Tom Barfarosh, who's onside. And advancing into the area. Back to the top of the box. Leach couldn't get the shot away. Half an hour of this second stanza, 75 minutes overall into the last 15 minutes of regulation. Baker, he's forced to go back. And Alex Baker got closed down. Next to a 50-50 in the middle of the park, one the Cannons come up with. Bassetto. Max Bassetto trying to advance into the area. Has it taken away from him? Karmas clears it away. Valentini scored from the penalty spot to put Oakleigh ahead. Didn't like what he saw in the middle of the park, so instead he goes backwards. Track now. Sinclair carries it inside. Able to get it away just to Wellsmore. Sends in the return pass. Kasumovic from range, blocked away. And it will go out for a corner. Wellsmore, the Kiwi Youth International and one-time Port player, slowly making his way over to take. It's another high ball in. Giannakis got the punch. Bassetto feints before whipping the ball in. It's a good delivery, cleared away, and then no, not bundled in. How? The Cannons coming agonisingly close to making it two, but just unable to find a way to just force the ball over the goal line. Sharks survive with just a one-goal deficit to chase. Dunlop coming up with it to Stokes. Bassetto, second half substitute, bringing a bit of energy there as the play gets switched from left to right. Barfarosh does well as he tries to find his brother Tom. Jacob Trapp, fancy footwork. Good feet for a big lad. Meanwhile, Bassetto advancing into the box. Bassetto, he's around Karmas. Shirt pull. Now he's brought down, and that'll be a penalty. Won by Max Bassetto on his Cannons debut. Probably had at least two penalties in there, to be honest. He kept his feet before eventually going down. And now Oakleigh will have the opportunity to double their advantage with another penalty. No complaints from the Port Melbourne dugout for the awarding of that one. And well, it's going to be Valentini to take again. Max Bassetto, highly rated youngster from the Western United Academy. He had options, wanted to come and sign for Oakleigh and help contribute to their league season as well as their Australia Cup and Doherty Cup campaigns. Wins the penalty that he's blasted home by Valentini. who shows off the belly. He's been getting a few remarks about his fitness levels throughout the game, so in the spirit of Brandon Barnes, shows off the belly after doubling the Cannons' advantage. 2-0 to Oakleigh in the 80th minute here at J.L. Murphy Reserve. Well, he certainly doesn't win many friends around the track, Stefan Valentini, but he keeps playing well and he keeps contributing to winning teams. And his brace here tonight has put Oakleigh in a position wherein they shouldn't be doing anything other than taking 3 points away from this game. Another game this evening, Altona against Valentini's former side, Avondale. That kicked off around the same time, I believe, that this one started. In the second half. That kicked off in the second half, I should say, when this started. And that'll be a free kick for Port Melbourne outside the area, and a booking as well for Tratt. His second of the season. After picking one up about 29 minutes into his Oakleigh debut. Tomorrow, St Albans play Heidelberg. St Albans desperately needing to pick up points if they are to stave off relegation. They're currently bottom of the league. Their 4-0 loss to St Albans 4-0 loss to Manningham last week. Huge in the context of the scrap to avoid the drop. Just announced Lee Broxton was a mid-season signing as well, did St Albans. And then the other game, South Melbourne, top of the table. And we'll take on the Dandenong Thunder. Back here at J.L. Murphy Reserve, though. Fraser Dunlop standing over this one. This is a shooting position. Port Melbourne, having fallen out of the top 6 earlier this afternoon, need to take something from this one. Dunlop! What a strike, Fraser Dunlop! Can that inspire the Sharks?
Hey, come on!
Sorry, not Fraser Dunlop. My apologies, that was Stokes. This took the 0 on his back for an 8.
Come on, lads! 16 to go, come on! Come on! Let's go! Hard! Hard!
Stokes to Barfarosh. Milanovic. High ball forward. Headed clear by the Cannons. Scrap for it, Leach. Bounces off the back of his teammate, Tom Barfarosh. And now the Cannons potentially are away. Kosimovic played in behind, ball back across. Cleared away by Baker. Leach. Karmas kept his feet. Kosimovic didn't. Maker. Baker. Fancy down the flank. Gets it to Barfarosh. Sharks down 2-1. Searching for an equaliser. Draw wouldn't be enough to put them back into the top 6, but it would have give them a lot of momentum heading into next week. They're away to the Dandenong Thunder. Maker. Stokes peels for a handball. Plays waved on. Barfarosh keeps his feet. Chance goes begging for the Sharks as Oakleigh look to break quickly. And they win a free kick, one that they'll probably be in no hurry to take quickly. Valentini goes down. Free kick for the Cannons. It's a long way out. Straight at Marco Giannakis, the rebound's not cleared away. Valentini was offside though.
Get the ball! Get the ball!
Boys. Way back to Feely, high ball out. Rolsmore. His header seized upon by Baker. Played up the touchline, picked out by Oakleigh. Samovic stood up by Baker, who's been big on that defensive flank. Locked ball, it still remained in play somehow. Cleared away by Port. Barfarosh just trying to knock it onwards. He's going to give away a free kick as he does so. Tom Barfarosh will. So 2 minutes of regulation remaining here, 88th minute. We will have 5 minutes of added time. There's Port Melbourne preparing another change. Carnus. Change is coming. It will be Atticus Gonzalez making his way onto the park, replacing Maker, who will just scoot off on that far side of the pitch. So Atticus Gonzalez, 19-year-old, has 4 goals in 15 appearances for the under-23s this season. Take the time to score your maiden senior goal if you can find a way back into this one. Gets it through to the newly introduced Gonzalez as well. Keeps the play moving. Sweeney couldn't keep the play going. Confirmation that it will be 5 extra minutes to be played. J.L. Murphy reserve. Karmas heads it away. Sesso won the second penalty that gave the Cannons what would now be their match-winning lead. He's not going to be able to keep that one in though as it goes out for a throw-in. Real level of urgency coming into Coach Nick Marinos' instructions. Karmas across to Milanovic. High ball lead in the Tom Barfrost direction. He heads it down, but there's nobody there to meet it for Port. Sesso. It's over the Cubile. Just closed down. Andrew Messeruni, who just has it deflect off him for a throw-in. Into the boxes, Valentini looking for a hat-trick. Valentini blocked away. Danger not fully cleared. Kuzanovic is off balance as he shoots. Karmas, though, has remained down. Port Melbourne not keen to stop play. Chasing this game. Cubile. But play will now be stopped by referee Pascalis Nartis. As Karmas tries to get back to his feet quickly. Just almost played 2 minutes of the added time here as Karmas. I mentioned earlier about how he grabbed his hamstring in this game, and it looks like it's the same hamstring that has given him nails there. So 3 minutes of this added 5 remaining. Karmas on one leg as the Sharks try to get something going. Boots it forward. Sinclair flew for the ball and was fouled as he did so. The Oakleigh Cannons preparing a late change. Coming on for Oakleigh. Will he get on before time expires? He's been carrying an injury as Noah Holmes. Tom Barfrosh's header. Big Barfrosh gave chase. And keep it in. So Noah Holmes, another former Western United Academy player, entering the fray, replacing Stefan Valentini, who will depart with a brace. 2 goals from the spot. It's his goals that give Oakleigh their advantage after, as I just said before, Stokes, a wondrous free kick to reduce the deficit to 1. Now, well, we've gone 4 of the added 5 minutes here at J.L. Murphy Reserve. 60 seconds more to be observed, and then we will be at the mercy of referee Pascalis Nartis. The Sharks need to find a bit of space. Win the ball back. Now they've done that. Marco Giannakis sends it wide to Leach. Central header is in the Karmas direction. Picked out by Oakleigh. Cubile down the flank, boys told to take it to the corner. That's what he'll do. Leach keeping him company. Sliding challenge. Lass coming off Leach. Who's collected well by Holmes. Up to the top of the box. McGill looking to seal it. Just can't bend it back. And well, now the 5 minutes of added time has expired according to the scoreboard here at JL Murphy Reserve. If the Sharks are going to do it, they got to do it now.
How long, Rev? 1 more minute. At least 10 to go.
Throw it. Knocked forward by Baker. There's a lot underneath it. There's players arriving. Feely collected and fouled. Is that going to be it? Feely will take his time in taking this. And indeed, that is it here at JL Murphy Reserve. The Oakleigh Cannons keep up their pressure in the race for the Premier's Plate, running at 2-1 winners over Port Melbourne. Owen Stokes' goal, wondrous free kick goal to reduce the deficit to 1. Not enough to inspire the Sharks to a famous comeback after Stefan Valentini scored twice from the penalty spot. So the Cannons, they will make it 2 wins from 2, trying to put that 3-game losing run they had in the rearview mirror. They will have a huge game next week away to second place Avondale. That one certainly a big one. As it currently stands, the Cannons level on points with Avondale, in arrears on goal difference. If Avondale picks up the win this evening against Altona, they will move back out to a 3-point lead. Meanwhile, as mentioned, Port Melbourne away to the Dandy Thunder. They themselves probably top 6 out of the question, but they can serve to deal another hammer blow to the Sharks' aspirations. So it's been a pleasure to have your company this evening, this freezing evening, on NPL Victoria's coverage of the Men's 2024 campaign. You can see every game of the NPL Men's Victoria season, every game of the NPL Women's Victoria season, plus select VPL matches, Doherty Cup matches. It's all there on the NPL Victoria page, YouTube page. Be sure you subscribe. Be a friend, tell a friend, get them subscribed as well. It's been a pleasure to have your company, but for now, thanks and success.